Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to click that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. I would like to give a special thanks to South Motors Honda for giving me time with the 2022 Honda Civic EXL hatch. If you're in the market for a Honda, you can come check out South Motors Honda and they will get you into a new or pre-owned vehicle. But starting price here for the hatch EXL is at $26,600. This one stickers for $31,410, including destination. But let's talk about the front styling here of the current 11th generation Civic. As you guys can see, Honda basically redesigned the Civic for 2022. I actually love this exterior paint. It looks really good with the chrome accent on the vehicle, especially with the wheels. But looking at the front fascia, all Civics do come standard with full multi-reflector LED headlights with an LED turn signal, also with an LED daytime running light. This also has an automatic low and high beam. Also like the sporty like grille here, that's the Honda emblem front and center. And the grille down here does look aggressive as well. And my model is missing LED fog lights, even though this is the EXL trim. Surprised that this one does not come equipped with LED fog lights. But I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section and tell what you guys think about the exterior design. Let's talk about the side proportions here. This has a 107.7 inch wheelbase with an overall length of 179 inches. Looking at these tires and wheels here, I actually like the rim design here on the EXL trim. These are a 215/50 Continental tire. They're wrapped in a 17-inch rim design. Like I mentioned, I like the rim design. It looks really good with the gray exterior color. There is no LED side marker here in the mirror cap, but Honda does equip this one with a standard size. Some of you cannot get a panoramic sunroof in this segment here. As you guys can see, this is the hatchback model, which looks super fantastic. It looks like an Audi at certain angles. I think Honda did a really good job when it came to the proportions. There's also these LED combination tail lights, which is an incandescent turn signal, also with an incandescent reverse light, but the brake light is going to be a LED. There's the Civic badge here with the Honda emblem. And looking down here, there's no visible exhaust trim. There's a backup camera, of course. Open up the hatch here is a manual opening hatch. There's no power hatch. I think Honda doesn't offer that. But as you guys can see, plenty of cargo space back here. You get around 24.5 cubic feet of space. This is why you go for the hatch, because you want more practicality compared to the sedan, which has around 14.5 cubic feet of space. So the sedan gets less cubic feet of space while the hatch has more. And there's also this tonneau cover here, so you guys wanted to hide items, you can definitely do that. And underneath here, Honda does equip this with a temporary spare tire instead of a flex flat kit. But overall, let's hop into the interior of the Honda Civic hatch. Sitting inside the interior of the Honda Civic hatch EXL, I'm going to be very brief with this interior because I showed you guys a Civic review less than a month ago, and I currently own a Civic, so I'm going to be super brief with this interior. This is a 7-inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Unfortunately, you cannot get that wireless function if you go for the 7-inch display. If you guys want that wireless function, you have to go for that 9-inch display on the top trims. But as you guys can see, this does have a nice two-tone color combination. But reaching over here to shut the door of the Honda Civic, the push button start is right here, as you guys can see. Once I turn the vehicle on, the gauges will do a nice sweep. Let's talk about the materials here on the door panel. It's going to be a pretty decent material with this aluminum painted door handle here. There's also your switch gear. It is auto up, auto down, only for the driver and passenger, but not for the rear windows. There's your dimmer switch, Honda sensing your stability control. This is a manual tilt and telescoping wheel, which offers a good amount of range and adjustability. There's a wind wiper stock. The turn signal stock is right there with the headlight stock. There is your driver's assistance. This does have forward collision warning with emergency braking. This also has blind spot monitoring, lane keeping assist, basically a traffic jam assist. Over here is a volume, sync, track, voice command, and there's a scroll over here that you can customize this partial digital display. If you guys go for a different trim level, Honda will give you a full 10.2-inch display, which you can customize, and it will show a little icon of the Civic down there in the actual gauge cluster. This area here is going to be nice and padded, nice stitching, additional storage and cup holder space. There's also 3 level heated seats here. They feel really good. There's also dual climate control. The passenger also gets 3 level heated seats. Let's talk about the infotainment system here. Even though this is a 7-inch display, it's very responsive and snappy. Going here to the Honda head unit, as you guys can see, is basically basic. You have to go for the 9-inch display if you guys want to see the same screen like the Honda Accord with the nicer graphics and whatnot. But this system is very doable. There's a volume and tune knob, and down here some shortcut buttons. This is where you rest your hand, as you guys can see, to mess with these buttons right there. The cabin does have LED lights, and above me there is a standard size sunroof. Unfortunately for this generation, Honda does not offer a panoramic sunroof. I wish they would have offered that feature. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable. Like I mentioned, they're 3 level heated seats. You can get cool seats at any price point on any Civic. Also like the air vent design here, which is very nice. It has this honeycomb finish to it. The center armrest is nice and padded. It does offer a decent amount of storage in there. There's electronic parking brake here, brake hold. There's an eco mode, automatic start stop. Putting the vehicle into reverse, it does reveal a backup camera, of course. There's rear parking sensors. There's trajectory with distance markers. The camera quality looks pretty decent here. There's also a sport mode here, and there is a low mode as well. Putting the vehicle back into park, I like the nice leather around the shifter. My iPhone 13 Pro Max does fit here in this area. As you guys can see, I do have it connected to the USB cable because Honda does not offer wireless CarPlay on the 7-inch display. You have to go for the 9-inch display. Like I mentioned, the materials on the dash are gonna be a nice soft touch ejection molded plastic. Looking at the glove compartment, it does offer a lot of storage. But overall, like I mentioned, very sophisticated interior compared to the previous generation. Getting into the back seat here of the Honda Civic hatch, keep in mind, guys, be careful. You have to duck your head, get inside this vehicle because of that sloping roof. But looking down here, Honda says you get around 37.4 inches of legroom. There's a decent amount of foot space underneath the driver's seat. This is where I have the seat to drive. There's the rear air vents or no rear charging ports back here, but there is one mat pocket for storage. Above me is going to be LED lights throughout the cabin. Unfortunately, there's no panoramic sunroof here on this current generation of Civic, but Honda does give you the standard size sunroof. The materials here on the door panel are going to be a pretty decent material. There is this aluminum painted door handle here. I do like the two-tone here on the actual door panel. This nice switch gear, nice area to rest your elbows, and there's additional cup holder space right here. And you can also fit 3 people across, but there's this hump, but it does not really intrude into the middle passenger seating. Pulling this armrest down here, it does reveal 2 cup holders. But overall, the back seat of the hatch is not a bad place to spend time. Let's talk about the powertrain specs here for the Honda Civic hatch. Honda will offer this with 2 powertrains. The base models get a 2-liter 4-cylinder as a double head over cam. This powertrain right here is the base engine, so this makes 158 horsepower and 138 pound-feet of torque. It is paired with a CVT transmission, and yes, you can get a 6-speed manual if you like in the hatch form. You cannot get the 6-speed manual if you go for the sedan. Only if you go for the SI model. That's the only way that you're going to get a manual in the sedan form. If you guys don't want this 2-liter 4-cylinder, Honda will sell you a 1.5 turbocharged 4-cylinder, which makes 180 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy for this 2-liter 4-cylinder is rated at 31 in the city, 39 on the highway, and 35 combined. So starting off in the 2022 Honda Civic EXL hatch here, looking at the visibility, great visibility. I like that the dash is actually lower compared to the previous generation, and Honda did push the A-pillar back an additional 2 inches. The ride quality, I own this car personally speaking. It's a great ride quality, especially if you guys are looking to daily drive the Civic. Me personally, I like the Civic a lot. This does have the base powertrain, which is a 2-liter 4-cylinder, is a double head over cam. This powertrain makes 158 horsepower and 138 pound-feet of torque. Honda will sell you a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, which makes 180 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. And both powertrains are paired with a CVT. But if you guys want a 6-speed manual, Honda will give you that as well. You cannot get the 6-speed manual in the sedan form, only if you go for the SI or the Type R. So Honda is limiting the 6-speed manual. Like I mentioned, the ride quality is buttery smooth. I like the way this vehicle drives. This is why you go for the hatch, because you get around 24.5 cubic feet of space compared to the 14.8 that you get in the sedan. Me personally, I would recommend going for the hatchback if you guys need practicality, because that's why you buy the hatch, because it offers more cargo space. You get the same amount of legroom, which is around 37.4 inches of legroom space. Let's talk about the driver's assistance here. This does have blind spot monitoring, lane keeping assist, also with emergency braking. So really good driver's assistance here from Honda, and also lane keeping assist as well. The base powertrain is a naturally aspirated powertrain, so you don't have to worry about that turbocharge or anything spewing up. I think the base powertrain is going to be good when it comes to reliability. Don't get me wrong, both powertrains are really good, but I think since it doesn't have a turbocharge slapped on it, it's going to last a little bit longer, in my opinion. But the powertrain, the base powertrain is really good. It gets up to speed really quick if you put your foot down. Like I mentioned, only makes 158 horsepower. Fuel economy for the 4-cylinder here, for the 2-liter, is rated at 31 in the city, 39 on the highway, and 35 combined. I wish Honda would just offer a hybrid powertrain. Like I mentioned from my previous review, they won't offer that because they don't want to eat up the cells from the inside, because at that point there will be no need for the inside in Honda's lineup. So that's why they don't offer a hybrid powertrain. They haven't confirmed that. That's just me making an observation. But I think Honda should definitely consider offering a hybrid powertrain. So if you guys are looking for a hybrid vehicle, you have to look at the Hyundai Elantra and also the Toyota Corolla. Those are the only ones in the segment that offer that hybrid feature. Other than that, no other competitor in this segment offers the hybrid powertrain besides those two. But Honda is technically in that segment because they do offer the Insight. But me personally, I would rather have a hatchback hybrid. Honestly speaking, there is a lot of police activity going on. What is going on today? Something happened. But even though this is not a hybrid powertrain, you still have great fuel economy. Like I mentioned, visibility is great. There's also this lower dash, so you can see around this vehicle just fine. Out of the back, it's kind of restrained just a little bit because of the hatchback design, but I think the sedan does offer a larger glass window compared to the hatchback here. But let's put the vehicle into its sport mode here. So putting the vehicle into a sport mode, all it does is just messes with the throttle response, the transmission programming. The steering still feels the same as if it wasn't even in sport mode. But and also there's no paddle shifters. If you guys want paddle shifters, you have to go for the sport model in order to get that. But overall, I honestly have no complaints for the Civic. I love this current generation, and I honestly own this car, but I do not own the hatchback model. I only own the sedan model. So me personally, I wish I would have got the hatch because you have more cargo space, because I like to put things in my trunk. So I think the Civic in the hatch form is more practical compared to the sedan. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Be sure to follow me on Instagram @DriveOnReviews and hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you all in the next review.